Hi Internet, and welcome to 2014! Well, the 4th day of 2014, but I promise you definitely haven't missed much on my end. 2013 was one of my best years of reading so far, and despite the fact that I didn't meet my goal, I'm still really happy with what I read this year. My original goal was 35 books, but I updated that to 50 pretty early in the year when it became obvious that I was going to smash 35. I eventually got around to 49 books on December the 31st, so even though I didn't meet my second goal, I definitely met my first goal and read way more than I thought I would have time to this year, so I'm stoked. So in celebration of reading 49 books, here is a mini breakdown of the books that I read this year. I read 15 young adult books, way more than I have in any previous year, and was really pleasantly surprised by how much I enjoyed most of them. I read 15 children's books and expanded my knowledge of modern middle grade fiction as well as children's classics. I read 6 graphic novels and discovered what I now consider to be one of my favourite genres. I read 5 classics, one of which I was absolutely blown away by, which really succeeded in reigniting my passion for classics. I read 3 fantasy books and 3 adult fiction titles, and just to be different, I also read 1 collection of plays and 1 true crime. I read 11,814 pages, an achievement considering that I am a painfully slow reader. I became much better at using Goodreads and rated and reviewed more books than I have before. This year was also the year that I became involved in the booktube community, started making videos, and was really just blown away by how lovely and supportive everyone is. So 2013 set a pretty high standard for 2014 to meet. I really want to continue on this awesome book trajectory that I've got going, so I thought I'd make a couple of resolutions to do with books, reading and booktube. So here are the 6 ways that I'm going to continue being bookishly awesome in 2014. Number 1, keep reading. This one's really obvious, but I'm really happy at the rate that I read this year, and I'd love to continue that next year. I think it was a really good rate for me, aiming for approximately 50 books. I don't feel like it stretched me too much, but it kept me on my toes a little bit. Gave me a little nudge when I needed some encouragement. So as it has been for the past couple of years, my goal in 2014 is to read 50 books. I'll be tracking this as always over on Goodreads, so feel free to pop over there and check out my progress during the year, or you could just boo me if I'm behind target. Number 2, be a better community member. I just love booktube videos, obviously, but I am so terrible at remembering to comment on them. I'm going to aim to comment on like 80% of the videos that I watch, and failing that, give it a like if I liked it, because I just feel awful. Number 3, do that video thing some more. I'm not going to say I'll do a video a week or anything, because I've tried to force myself to make videos when I don't feel like it, and it just ends up being shit, and then I think it's rubbish and I don't want to upload it, so really it's just a waste of time. Oh god, the sun is setting. Sorry. But I do want to keep making content that I'm proud of, and I think aiming for about a video a month is a reasonable time frame. It'll give me time to make a video the way that I want it done, while encouraging me to produce videos semi-regularly. Regularly enough. Number 4, read more ebooks. This is more of a result of practicality than anything else, but I have a lot of books. Some would say too many. I say I have exactly the right number of books. But for most of the year I'll be living about 12 hours away from home, and it's not really super practical to transport all of this 400 or 500 books in the back of a car with the rest of my belongings. While I do plan on bringing some of this great big mess with me, I can't bring all of them, and I think it would be nice to have a reliable, constant source of new books. Number 5 is to recommend more books to other people. Obviously, one of the main purposes of this channel is to share books that I really enjoyed and then recommend them to other people, but I don't tend to do that particularly with people that I know. I have quite a few friends who read, and even though we often read quite different material, I think I'd like to start sharing some of my little collection with them. And number 6, I'd like to start blogging about books as well as making videos about them. A bunch of times this year I wanted to make a video about a recent event like Banned Books Week for example, but I didn't have time in that week to sit down and film and edit and upload a video, so I missed out on sharing what I wanted to. Obviously blogging also takes up time, but it doesn't rely on sunlight, which is probably the biggest barrier I have to making the videos that I want to when I want to make them. So I will leave a link to my blog below. It's a Tumblr because I speak the language of Tumblr. I don't have a definite plan for what I want to do with it at the moment, but I do know that it's certainly not a replacement for this channel, it's just a complement to it. So I think I'll be using it mainly if I get a pretty new book and I want to share a photo of it, or I want to share a quote that I like, or I want to do a quick tag, which I don't really want to spend the whole time to make a video to do. So definitely let me know if you're also a book blogger, because I don't follow nearly enough book blogs, and I could always do with a couple more on my dashboard. Less kittens, more books. Okay, no, more books, more kittens. So that's it, and those are my 6 goals for this year. They're not really particularly measurable goals, so it's going to be a bit airy-fairy on whether I meet them or not, but I'm pretty excited to come back at the start of 2015, which sounds terrifying, and see how I do with these goals. Thank you so much for sticking with me through 2013. It's only 2 months until it's been an entire year that I'm on BookTube, and I cannot believe how quickly that time has gone. It's a little bit scary. I'll be uploading my best of 2013 in a little while when I get around to filming it, and I also haven't done a book haul since August. So I have 4 months of books saved up for you guys. It's going to be a big one. But until then, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.